Why are these Samsung 55-inch TVs, and we seem to have a lot in recently, but why are they never straightforward? Hiya. Not supposed to be doing a video tonight, to be honest with you. I wanted to do a few other things, but something rather embarrassing has happened. And this all comes down to the Samsung, which came in a couple of days ago. You may remember this video. When I plug in, if all the pictures flicker and go funny, that means the power supply is alive. Oh, well, I heard a little bit of a spark when I plugged in, but the TVs didn't react to it. And I don't even see a standby light. Oh yes, I do. Sorry, I'm looking there for a standby light. I don't know why I'm looking there for a standby light, and I should be looking here for a standby light. So let's see if we have a normal standby light reaction. Okay. So I told the customers to bring in their remote control and their power lead. I wanted to check that. It could have been a simple thing where their fuse had gone or the batteries have died. Even though that's it sounds a bit silly, it does happen in this business. We get a lot of call outs and a lot of jobs come in that are just very tiny faults. But I tested their power supply, tested their remote control. It was fine, and it's continued to work fine for 3 days. So I put on the brackets today and asked the customers to come and collect it. Actually, I asked the customers to come and collect it. Then I put on the brackets, and then I thought I'd give it one final test. And it's not coming on. Not only is it not coming on, but you can possibly see a backlight pulse. Now, we all know the standby light tells us an awful lot on Samsungs, so we're just going to have a look at that. Standby light, but the standby light is telling us nothing. It's not blinking. It's not actually getting to the stage, really, that the TV is coming on. Isn't that weird? So I've been playing with this for 2 days, just making sure that everything's okay, checking their power supply, lights coming back on. And I was just about ready to give it back to them and had to say, oh, I'm awfully sorry, but something has happened. And I actually made a video saying sometimes the customers need a rewire too. I didn't mean to be rude, but it was just my way of saying sometimes customers get it wrong, which they do, but they didn't on this occasion. For some reason, this just woke up for a couple of days. Is that good news or bad news? Hard to tell because it's made by... And this has got one of those mono boards inside. It's an all-in-one, so it's not like, well, let's remove the main board and see what happens to the power supply and the backlights. You can't do that. If I had to hazard a guess here, I would say firmware, because it's looking like it's trying to get to the stage where the smart logo comes on, and it's just power cycling. I'm hoping it's not the screen, but that's all I can do tonight is disable the screen, so take the ribbon cables out of the screen and see if the TV wants to come on as normal. Then I will check the clock lines and see if I can help. I'm really hoping it's not the screen, because I will be able to pick up one of these boards. I would have thought, I've gone looking today, it doesn't seem to be many around, because there's two versions of this model. This is a CU7100 43 inch, and a lot of the versions that are on YouTube have got both boards, a main board and a power supply. Well, this hasn't got that, as you'll see in a second. It's just got the all-in-one. So I'm going to go looking for a BN number just to see if there's a few of them around. I don't think they're going to be expensive, and I'm hoping that's all it is. I will check other things like power supplies and stuff. But on these boards, there's not much you can check. One thing that did go wrong on these boards on a regular basis was the firmware. And I think that's what we're looking at here. I think that's what is causing a problem. So let's take the back off this TV and have a look. Oh, I tell a lie. Look at that. It has got both boards, but the main board is hidden. And of course we have worked on one of these before. Oh, and it was only a few months ago. What was the fault? What was the fault? It was the main board, I think. It was the main board. And if I remember rightly, it was that chip. Tell a lie, it was that chip. That's the one. I've got the board upside down. But that doesn't mean it's that one this time. But I never did find out on these, if you separated them, does it bring the backlights on? And I think that will be a good idea to find out round about now. So I'll disconnect the main board, which just may be those two screws. I don't know, better take them both out. I've never separated one of these before. This looks different to the other one that I did. So what do I have to do to separate them? It can't be just a pull because there's a chip there. I think this is different to the one I was used to. Well, it's not a chip, sorry, it looks like a chip, but it's a connecting block. Yes, and it's soldered on. So they're actually physically linked together. you have to unsolder. That wasn't the case on the other one. I could separate them. But these two boards are actually soldered together. So you can separate them if you probably can't see that, but you can see that there's a join there. Well, there's another join just up here. So both there and there. What a pain. Anyway, I'm going to put this back in because I wanted to disconnect the screen. I've just got to make sure that it's not the screen doing this, and then I can be on my way. And I can order what I need to order. So, actually, let's just see what happens now that I've touched it. Because sometimes, us techie types have what's known as the magic touch. Not the Midas touch, but the magic touch. I mean, I'm hoping that's not the case, because that could mean it could be a loose connection anywhere. And oh, fudge off. Can somebody explain that to me, please? I'm just tapping. Let me know if it goes off. Okay, going to plug it in one more time. It seems to have reset itself. Normally it comes up with this screen. I don't normally get, in the past we didn't get the Tizen screen, so it's almost like it's been reset. This is going to be one of those horrible intermittent jobs that drives you crazy. Because I want it to go faulty again so I can disconnect the screen. I've got no idea. Does anybody know of the C range going intermittent for any particular reason? Because sticking new boards in it now is not going to prove too much, is it? It's not going to be a definite science. A Tech's magic touch and it's back to life. I don't know. If you got any ideas, stick them in the comments and let me know, because I'm intrigued. I haven't seen any bulletins on this saying that there's a problem. I don't know anybody else that's got a bulletin. I've not seen a repair kit. So I'm completely in the dark. And if it's going to be an intermittent problem, what can you do? You know darn well as soon as you give it back to the customer, it's going to go wrong. As soon as they bring it here, it works. It's going to be one of those jobs. Hey ho.